Hello and welcome back to FACEIT TV. Of course, this is the ECS League NA. Joining me will be Hugo. My name, of course, is Tom. And we will be going into our final matchup of today. It will be a double Mirage. It'll be CLG. It'll be Cloud9. And well, I'm just going to throw it to you because you don't like doing this, but who do you think is going to win?
I think this one's a little more, I think this one's
I gave you a nice, easy one.
a little more safe than the others. I mean, just looking at previous matches, you kind of talked about
yeah, you know,
earlier.
CLG, they beat SK, so you're obviously going to favour them. And
obviously,
Mirage.
why not, you know? I mean, just looking at the last time they played Mirage, it was 16-2 to Cloud9.
Yeah,
the fact that we're seeing this twice is quite scary for CLG, obviously.
Yeah, of course, when you ban in these sort of blind... You ban blind, of course, so it does make it possible that maybe you wouldn't necessarily play this as... This could be their third choice for all we know.
Yeah.
But either way, Cloud9, probably their best map, since they've come up with this new lineup with autimatic in it. I think their streak on this map was something absolutely ridiculous. I can't remember the exact figure, but it was like 18-0 or something along those lines. Like, they had an absolutely ridiculous record on this map. They're now going up against CLG. As said, they did. One of the upsets sort of this was one of the maps that has actually been lost by SK. They're 14-4 overall. They finished, of course, but one of the maps they lost was against CLG on Mirage. It went to overtime, so it was pretty close, but I think koosta, it was something like he had like 40-odd frags with overtime included, and it really was like a huge individual effort. And I just want to talk about even the differences. Like SK, a team that do have great individuals, but very, very tactical. This team, Cloud9, well, individually, they're absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, very, very nutty player. I don't think it's anything extreme to say. I'm hedging my bets on them to win this map, but let's see how it goes. A very fast connector push is going to be the name of the game here. We have Cutler over towards the site, actually going to be able to deny the first. Takes a headshot, isn't going to be able to follow up though, gets stinked down to 9 HP, and now the push comes up through the stairs. That's nothing to take him down. We have players in CT with a crossfire set up from Ethan, who's also over towards that site area. He's going to actually move out of the under balcony position, and now it's into a 3-on-3, but yet the kills finally back in the favour of Cloud9 as automatically lands a key headshot. Ethan again, that's 2 so far. He's going to continue to peek for more, but the bomb yet to make its way towards the site. A shroud wrapping around the back. We've got support as well from Skadoodle, who gets caught out, and Ethan making havoc on this site. He picks up another shroud, trades, but it's going to be a 1v1. Subroza rotating back in here.
It was such a slow rotation.
Yeah, sneaky his way in, even though Shroud's on the site. Not sure why, but Shroud grabs himself a flash, and this is going to be quite good. Sets up a decoy, though. That's a wrong kind of flash. Peeks at it regardless.
Fake flash.
Yeah, it doesn't spot him out.
Everything's a fake flash.
Yeah, but still will make his way to the site, and just by the skin of his teeth gets the bomb down.
At least something for Cloud9. He is, of course, looking for his clutch, but Subroza takes his head clean off. It may have been a slow rotation, but he did that say easy peasy?
Good stuff from Subroza.
Oh, memes already coming out at the very beginning of the game. It will be CLG to get themselves a pistol. Of course, we do know that there is likely... Well, I would say not likely, but there's a chance there'll be a buy coming back up. There will be one coming in the third round, but in fact, okay, maybe there's a sixth sense. We're already going to see 2 AKs purchased up. I imagine they'll be dropped over to players who actually have armor. There we go, NahtE and Stewie going to be the catalysts in this round. Skadoodle will just be left with his Deegan armor, and then the rest of the players, they don't have any armor.
I like these buys. The only issue with them now is if NahtE and Stewie go down and autimatic and Shroud grab the guns, they're going to be kind of useless in comparison, considering they don't have the armor.
The buy on the CT side is very safe.
Yeah.
They sort of, well, most teams know that there's a possibility that this will happen, so they did sort of just go for the all-in buy. Only really hazed with that trusty MP9.
Got to.
Well, NahtE's going to go in. Not going to do too much damage. The smokes will rain down. They're going to be able to take control of the site. Hazed will be flashing away, but just falls back. Doesn't go for anything overly aggressive. Skadoodle going to be planting for sure, but Cutler's there to finish him off. Stops and denies the plant early in the round.
Yeah, that's important, but still the time is ticking away here, and they will finally be picking up that bomb and grabbing it back towards the site. Nothing gets one, but the nade dunks on him. Hazed using that MP9 to good effect as autimatic is found, and now 2v3, but Stewie waiting, biding his time, not even committing to the plant, takes himself 2, but Shroud does eventually get traded by koosta. The FAMAS there. Stewie's just waiting for another engagement to at least favour him here. Bomb's going to be finally committed to. He doesn't have any utility to hold off these CLG players, but he does have 13 bullets in his clip. Not going to be able to spot out these players as the body block over and connector. That's going to be NahtE. Ethan. That's always going to trip me up. Ethan to finish it off. CLG, they pick up a round, and that is going to be 2-0. Cloud9's force not working out.
Yeah, we will be able to see the AKs also saved onto CLG, so going to give them a little bit of a boost. A trusty team ace coming in for CLG as well. And now we can just see a little bit of investment coming in for Cloud9 along with the pistols. Not going to go for anything too crazy, and I think that's about right, really. Just going to try and get themselves another bomb plant, maybe do a little bit of extra damage.
Yeah. That's all they really want from this, and they're going to be fast heading up towards mid, as well as some control over an apartment for Cutler. Aggression here out of the connector, going to be able to spot out that crossing player, but he doesn't do too much damage. Just puts Stewie down to 80, or sorry, 70 there, but autimatic holding the angle towards a window. Koosta's not really giving him anything, backing off safely, and Cloud9 just focusing on mid-control this round. The thing is, they don't have any players splitting in through the apartments or through ramp or palace, so that means they have to fully commit to either short or connector unless they late rotate back in through underpass and go into B, etc. So it's looking like they're just going to charge or barrel up into connector or short at this point. But still, it's a bit of a risk considering they're armorless, apart from in the case of Stewie. So they're probably going to get completely wiped out. Nothing the first to peek. No trade, though, and Cutler just backs off safely. That's something that Cloud9 should have of utmost importance. They need to be able to make those trades. But hazed, he's going to be in the position to do some damage. Gets himself 2 with a Tech 9. Koosta as well, following up as Stewie's trade. But that'll be all that's found there for Cloud9. As CLG, they're managing to completely scrape away the rest of the CT players, or the C9 players, sorry. And now the buy coming out for Cloud9, the proper buy this time, not the force. They've got all AKs. And Skadoodle could get a glass cannon. No, he's going to go for the rifle.
Yeah, playing it safe, wants to get some armor behind the buy. Not a bad start for CLG, but it will just be the 4th round buy, somewhat as expected either way. Now we wait for Cloud9 to see what they can actually do. Molotov will 4th autimatic out of position. He's not going to go too aggressively back in the other direction, but actually he's getting toasty toes at this point in time, losing a fair bit of HP early on. Koosta is actually just peeking around and finds that kill onto autimatic, looks for a little bit more. Skadoodle will try and trade, and eventually Koosta will just fall back. Doesn't go for any over-aggression here, and even tries to spot out Stewie, who's just pushed in from underpass.
Yeah, he's unable to trade out that frag over in window. CLG playing this safely, get the pick back off, and that's going to be a nice way to do it. But Stewie is going to be looking like he wants to hit towards connector. As I say that though, smoking it off, his teammates pushing up short. Now Cutler's got the knowledge. He's seen the smoke go down. He knows the short push is going to be likely. The Molotov forcing him back, but he knows there's still potential of a push coming through. Skadoodle will be going in for that push, not able to find anything though as Cutler backs off to the site. Meanwhile, they finally split in through the apartments here. We have, I think, a shroud up in there. And the rest of them making their way up short. It's going to be Subroza on the side to do some defense, but Shroud just executes him there. Headshot comes through. The entry is found in the way of Cloud9, and now the bomb going down the site. The issue is they don't have these smokes left to force CLG out of the site, so they have to hurry up and commit to the bomb plant before it gets too hairy.
Yeah, C9 now with that advantage. They don't have too much utility other than that on Shroud. All kits on the remaining CLG players, so we'll see if they can actually push in. They're going to go in together. Skadoodle, he has to choose between the two, finds one either way, and nothing is there to trade things out. Shroud with the final frag, and they will take one with them, at least on the CLG side, but they have taken heavy hits, and, well, you look at the money left on their side. Hazed, if he's going to go for anything, it's probably going to have to be a UMP or just a pistol with nades. Rest of the team should be relatively comfortable to buy, and they will in fact give an AWP over to Koosta as well, so something additional to play with. Either way, a 3-1 scoreline, the reset possible for CLG. They're not with the best buy, to say the least.
No, not at all. They can still make it work. The AWP on Koosta is going to be important. He's posted up towards middle like a cannon there, but they aren't going to be able to spot him out as he's playing a bit more of a passive angle. But hazed, oh, I like this. Close and personal, much as a pistol would prevail in. He's going to be sitting in that connector with support towards short. So very heavy on mid-control here for CLG in terms of aggressive positioning from them, but nothing going to be found as Cloud9 aren't walking into any early traps from them. The bomb's going to be outside of middle as well, so not wanting to lose that if, obviously, they get caught out towards short in the hands of Skadoodle. So it's going to be very important they keep this one going, but autimatic, nice reaction there. Going to take down Cutler. That's a man advantage now secured here for the Cloud9 side. However, utility is being all but expended here on the CLG side. They've got plenty left here to work with, so nothing too dangerous. But Subroza pushes up. They're not going to expect it. He takes down autimatic. Skadoodle riding ready to trade. Now it's back into a 4-on-3 as Cloud9 look like they're hitting towards A.
Yeah, Koosta still managing to bring it back though, 3-on-3 and nothing trying to get rid of him, but the smoke will in fact give him an avenue to actually retreat back. The problem is it does also allow Cloud9 to get themselves the bomb. Ethan stuck in the corner, nothing, doesn't expect it, tries to jump away, but his position alone could be a pain, and actually that's going to end the round as Hayes chimes in and picks up another kill. It may have been a weak buy, but they do make it work, and now you look at Cloud9's economy and they're the one beginning to struggle a little bit.
Yeah, that reset has not been helpful for them at all. They've only got pistols, I can imagine, into this one, if that really. Shroud's going to buy up some armor to support his deagle, but Deagle on Stewie, PT50 on autimatic, that is it. We got nothing on that flashbang, so nothing too dangerous, apart from Koosta, obviously. He's going to be kicking it off, takes down Stewie there in middle, and now the rest of Cloud9 resorting towards B, and a bit of mid-control as well, trying to grab that Deagle off the body of Stewie. That will be Skadoodle to secure it, but I can only imagine a bit of a spray down, as we can see in the hands of Subroza. As CLG, they are up against mostly armorless players, and in fact now all armorless players as Shroud is found. So what can really Cloud9 do to get back into this one?
Well, I would say it's not really in this round or just overall.
Into the next map. next round. Sorry, next round.
I would say that they don't really need to change too much just yet. All that's really happened is they go for a couple of early forces, they lose a buy round, and now they're going back in. They are on the T side. We don't expect them to win the T side, although it has become a little bit more common, but maybe get Scar on the off. I think that's definitely helped them with getting rid of Koosta, who has been a bit of a menace. Either way, nothing is going to get himself one for his troubles. Nothing else will come in, and he will be ended by the MP9, which will be traded out for that rifle. Now, in terms of this round, this is where things get a little bit more interesting, because Stewie still can't really buy. They went for a little bit of an investment in the last one. He is going to get a Tech 9 at least, so that's something. Skadoodle will get an AWP, but it is only glass cannon. I wonder if he's going to go for the challenge straight away onto middle. Did have the bomb. Luckily, he is going to drop that before anything can be made. And actually, may have expected this, and there we go. Hazed taken down straight away, and that's exactly what they needed from Scar. Getting that first kill of the round. They can now fall back and play their own game.
Very important indeed, especially when you're down 5-1 on a map that you're supposed to be winning here. But look at this short boost. Subroza is going to be pushed up on top of that stack there, so he's going to be in a great position to catch out anyone trying to push into connector very early. Instead of just taking a normal short position, they aren't going to be checking this angle as they walk up towards this underpass area. Stewie gets caught out, but he still backs off safely as Subroza. He's going to retreat from that position, and Cloud9, they found this first pick, but they yet to find anything else. As time starts to tick down, they probably need to set their sights on a bomb site and finally commit to it. It seems like A is going to be that choice for the time being as they push two players up ramp, or three in fact. A bit of a connector split as well from Stewie and autimatic. I like this. Very standard stuff. Nothing too difficult. The issue is the smoke's going to be very, very limited. It's only Skadoodle on that one. And he's not even going to be using it. Just runs straight out towards the site. Could throw it towards this jungle area, but he's just going to keep it. Maybe saving it for the post plant. But the split finally coming out through this connector. And Ethan, he has to hold the back lines. He does go down after finding nothing. Stewie gets that entry. Koosta trades things out from CT spawn, but he gets tagged. Oh, the shot through the smoke and the wallbang onto Shroud. That's going to be now equalised, and actually furthermore, Cutler finds himself another, so it's a 2 versus 3, back in the favour of CLG, and the bomb yet to go down.
Yeah, they are going to go for this short plant, but look at the position of Cutler. He could ruin this round, but Stewie will turn around, finish him off as well. So it's back to the 2 versus 2 HP advantage. Kits as well for CLG. So they're in a great position to actually try and bring this one back. Subroza will be the first to peek, but they've got a split situation here. They've got to try and find one, and Koosta, he's not going to spot one out. Luckily, Subroza is there to chain, and it will just be Stewie in a 1v1.
Oh, he taps the bomb, though. He doesn't have a utility to force Stewie out of position, but he's going to take the fight regardless. Spots the rifle, and there we go. That's the head. Stewie gets it for the clutch, and that will be Cloud9 picking up a second round on the board here. The AWP saved as well, very important. And that will actually be not too much of a dampener on the economy of CLG, but this is going to be their last buy if they do lose out on this round.
Well, both teams.
Yeah, well, definitely. A little less so for Cloud9. They do have a bit of cash in their reserves, but what is this?
No, they don't. They've got nothing.
Okay.
Oh, Skadoodle hits the leg shot. I'm liking that from Koosta. He's just putting himself a little bit higher, so when the pre-fire comes in onto that spot, they only hit his leg. He's done that a couple of times now. Hazed is also going to pounce up mid and find himself a second kill, and, well, Cloud9, they may be going back to a sort of one-and-done scenario if they don't manage to capitalize. Only one player surviving in that last round, and already a two-man disadvantage. Look at Hazed.
Oh, yeah, how is he still here? How are they not cleaned him out? He's not going to be able to spot those players over the top of the smoke, and autimatic will actually drop him now. So into a 4v3, CLG are favoured. And Subroza, he's pushed up into B apartments as well. So even if Cloud9 want to hit a late B, which it seems like they want to do, they're going to have to clear out this angle first. Probably not expecting this position here from Subroza. So it's going to be very, very key in terms of being able to catch him off guard and take a two-man advantage, which is huge. But as I say, that autimatic, he set his sights towards underpass instead.
We are going to see a slow rotation now. He does have himself the bomb, so has to be a little bit careful with the sort of plays he makes. If they drop the bomb in middle, that would be absolutely horrific. They do, of course, have two players towards top mid, trying to support him in the best way possible, but, well, looking at this little bit of a crossfire coming in, Cutler he is the closest one to the action. I wonder if the barrel was actually spotted there. It was, and he's going to get shot down. autimatic straight through the wood. Brings it back to a 3v3. And now Cloud9, after having pretty poor economy at the start of this round, they have got themselves back into an advantageous position. But the time is running out. 15 seconds. A look at the position at the moment from Subroza. No. He could completely deny this plant if they don't check. But autimatic, just walking headshot. Easy peasy. Shroud straight through the smoke. This is just ridiculous. And while hey-ho, they even have 4 seconds to spare as they go into a 1v3.
Koosta just having to save. Nothing he can do with 20 HP left on him. So Cloud9 got to be able to pick up a 3rd round, and very unlikely situation as well.
autimatic is a machine. Like, that's absolutely ridiculous. Just all of those. Just a gun barrel was enough to get him the kill.
I don't know how a player can come from a team, not be such a star, outstanding player as he is, and then just switch roster and instantly it just works for him so well, and he just turns into an absolute beast. And honestly, while he was great on TSM, he was nothing near this stature. It just shows how...
No, that's why it was quite a surprising move when he actually went. People were like, okay...
I mean, Cloud9, think about it. They're the team of crazy moves. You know when they picked up Stewie and everyone was like, including myself, everyone was like, you are stupid. You are just dumb. And now there's an argument for him being top... Well, definitely top 3, maybe even top 1 in NA, up there with autimatic as well, being one of the top 5 players. It's just disgusting how Cloud9 make their picks, and they always work out to the best of their ability as well. So great stuff.
In NA, I think for sure. Like in NA, they've definitely got the best play. Obviously, SA comes a little bit different. koosta with the ballsy play yet again, but he doesn't manage to capitalize. Of course, he has the one weapon that they really have to play with in this round. Hazed will be dropped, and while autimatic is just farming frags at this point. I'm really not sure what koosta can do from this angle. He's just fallen back. We'll be able to find nothing, but now they know exactly where that AWP is. Really, they should just go in the other direction. Cutler managing to find one more, so still a little bit of cost coming in for the Cloud9 side. We know that their economy was low going into the last few rounds, so they do have to be a little bit careful with going on the hunt. Cutler also picks up an AK, so maybe worth just saving at this point. And, well, they sort of are.
Yeah, seems like that's the case here. Cloud9 continue it, though. That's obviously positive for them, considering they were 5-1 down a couple of rounds ago, so bringing it back to a better position for them, I guess you could say. But the AWP continue to be saved, which means it may be a bit of a wreck in the next round for Cloud9. They've got to watch out for that. However, Skadoodle, he's going to have the economy to work with to obviously counter that buy. So Cloud9 not fully aware that CLG are just saving just yet, but they will finally leave that site. Give it away. No ninjas today. And a 5-4 coming into play. So...
Well, the ninjas are in America, aren't they?
I mean, yeah, for what should we call it?
Wait.
That was such a terrible joke.
No, but one of them died. That's what I was laughing
okay. Shroud.
I have no idea why. Absolutely no need, but yeah, no, I think we're running out for terrible jokes at this point.
yeah.
Anybody who's ever watched the cast.
We won't dig ourselves any deeper. I think it's you with the terrible jokes. I think it's less so me. I think it's just you at this point. We can just kind of ignore you. We'll just mute you. But maybe that add a little... You just muted yourself on the board. Nice.
The board.
The board. I couldn't think of the word. Anyway, back into the game here. We're into round 10. Cloud9 looking like they want to try and equalise things back up with a 5-5 scoreline. They're doing a great job so far. However, CLG's buy is going to be very lucrative into this one. They've got the AWP, they've got the 4 rifles out, and they've even got some nades as well to bat. So nothing too much of an issue here for the CLG side. It's just if Cloud9 can at least hit those heads, that is the key.
Yeah, very static at the moment. It's almost as if we've frozen. Just nobody really moving, waiting to see if there's any aggression coming out from the CLG side. Of course, moments ago, we were talking about Cloud9 getting back into this one now on 4 rounds on that T side, looking to even up the scoreline and send CLG back to pistols once again. They do have that all-important AWP onto koosta, and of course Cutler saving the AK from the last round was valuable to their CT side, as he will be able to get lots and lots of utility on the board. But now we are seeing what looks like an A split setting up for the Cloud9 side. We'll see Skadoodle throwing in the smokes, and well, Hazed and Ethan will be there, but it's koosta actually to find the first kill. Stewie's going to go down in mid.
Nice stuff there. The smoke going down, blocking off Hazed, but as soon as that flash runs out of his blindness, he can actually go for this full peek towards the bench, being able to catch off the cross, and he does do so. Shroud goes down, and Hazed is going to be able to take down nothing in the meantime. This is nice stuff so far from CLG, and they'll just be able to completely wipe the floor. Ethan, great performance from him so far. 2 kills in that round. Grabs himself an AWP as well to play with, so that's a double save there from CLG. And Cloud9, they aren't going to have a lot of money to play with. They could still commit to a buy because Skadoodle could drop. autimatic could get a buy as well, so he could get 3 rifles? Yeah, that seems to be the case. 2 pistols as well. Obviously, Cloud9 are the kind of team to force up in this situation as well. But surprising scoreline, to say the least, already.
Yeah, I don't know. Not the strongest start ever from Cloud9, but they've still got 4 rounds on the T side. We're still going to be looking at their CT side setups as the most prominent for them at least. But yeah, CLG putting up a decent fight so far. And yeah, we saw them took SK to overtime, so maybe they can try and do the same with Cloud9. Either way, they get 2 attempts to do it. Stewie will be starting things off, however, with a nice kill onto hazed, catching him out. 1 AK starting things off. Ethan sprays wildly, catches 1, but it will be quick trades. And, well, autimatic bringing this back advantage to this T side. Nothing is even going to be able to pick up an AWP. And now, well, the weaker buy, the one that had the Tech 9s, the one that had the pistols in play, now has the better buy.
Yeah, post-plant working out massively for Cloud9 as well. It seems that CLG...
Position.
Yeah, I know. It seems that CLG aren't going to even commit to this one. He may be able to catch out Subroza, but the issue is low HP may be able to get the better of him. Cutler pushing back in, going to miss a key shot. And the thing is, Subroza is going to back off here, but autimatic.
Oh, he catches Cutler.
Still.
That's even worse.
Yeah, that's not good. Losing the AWP out on CLG, so the save not even coming in, meaning the buy in the next round, forcing up with that is not going to be possible here, as Subroza is going to be the only saving player. He should get away with this gun as autimatic's a little too far away to take him down the flank, but again, it just depends on the timing. If Subroza gives his position away towards this short area, autimatic may hit the rim. But actually, no, getting away with this gun. Cloud9 don't want to chase too heavily, knowing that their economy isn't great. And actually bringing it back to 6-5, but it's very back and forth here. The reset putting CLG back down to $1,400 loss bonus. Yeah,
CLG, they should be okay going into the next round, although Ethan not with the best economy in the world, and they're just going to go for an extra pistol or 2 and keep with Subroza on his rifle. Now, all this really should mean is a little bit of aggression coming out across the map. We see them go for some early control in mid, but the Molotov will deny any sort of pushes that are available. Of course, the one man, the one sort of saving grace is going to be Sub, and he is over towards, never mind, Cutler lines them up and knocks them down. 2 headshots to start things off, grabs an AK as well. But in the meantime, that rifle has rotated away from the B site, goes to capitalize on their presence towards mid, and the bomb will be able to go down for free.
Dirty stuff there from Cutler, but it's still not over. CLG aren't out the woods just yet with their lack of armor. This is going to make a retake very hard if Cloud9 just hit their shots. Obviously, these AKs are going to be lethal. 1 bullet, and the aim punch is going to be a real factor to play against. Nothing. Look at this.
This is a nice spot.
Seems like CLG haven't even, committed to this. They want to just back off and save.
I think they might know he's there.
Yeah, he just jumped, so he made a noise. Oh, the angle! Ethan! Nothing he can do in that position. Nothing's going to be able to take him down. And finally, a late commitment back towards the site here for the CT side. So Rose is going to push in, bit of a tag through the box, falls through the wall. Finally going to connect the headshot onto Shroud. No need to peek though fully. Skadoodle's up in the apartments. He actually takes a shot, but gets dinked in the meantime. He just has to play the time, defend the bomb. It seems like he'll get away with it. Cutler runs away towards short, and Skadoodle, he's probably going to go down here, but nothing exiting out towards the market. He gets taken down from hazed. Skadoodle will fall as well, and that'll be the round. So CLG going to save 2 weapons into the next. Not too bad at least, but still. Cloud9 are going to be the ones to benefit, and the money is still going to be fairly decent on their side as well.
Yeah, no, not a bad round at all, though, for this CLG side. They only had 1 rifle, and I think it was just the Cutler, the double shot at the beginning of the round that sort of changed the angle of things, saying, okay, maybe they can actually win this one. But the second Subroza drops that kit on the retake, they were sort of done for. Shroud with the entry. Ethan, you've played that spot a few times. They've sort of predicted it. Hazed will be able to trade one back, but takes a nasty tag in the meantime. Autimatic, he's even going to grab a rifle as well, and hazed almost burning.
Yeah, playing with fire in the literal sense right there as he backs off Cloud9. They're going to get aggressive on the post plant. This isn't working out for them though. Koosta going to get there first, but Cutler will actually get traded out there by Stewie, so nice work from him, but it's still a 2v3. CLG need to hurry up on this retake, or they just need to fully save, but they're obviously trying to hedge their bets on landing 1 single frag here. However, nothing will be presented for Subroza. He's just going to have to back off here as Koosta. He may try and get something from CT, but you can already see the bait play from Stewie. Fake flash, not gonna be able to deterrent for Koosta.
He deserved that.
Yeah, no, that's it's not gonna work. Koosta takes him down though, push back into the site, but the time is just too low. They've got to realise this. Subroza will be backing out as well. Koosta saving in CT spawn, and Cloud9 another round on the board, a costly one nonetheless, but still they're getting these rounds, and that's what's important. 7 so far on this T side, pretty massive performance considering they were 5-1 down earlier on.
Yeah, that's the big prospect as well. They have come back and, well, are getting ever closer to even being able to win the half. I do think there's going to be a force coming up for CLG. And we will actually see Subroza able to drop a weapon. Not a bad performance from them so far, but they would really like to take the half, especially on this CT side. Koosta, well, he's going to go for the jump, misses it, and has to fall back away into connector. Actually, the Molotov has slightly missed, but autimatic, he's in that same spot yet again. Boosted up, expecting someone close. And he's not going to find anyone just yet. Koosta, you can just see the temptation, but he's not going to overpeak. Just falls back into a different passive angle. Make sure they don't lose the round early on.
Yeah, nice stuff so far, though, at least in getting a bit of map control. Nothing too heavy there. Obviously, have Shroud pushed up in apartments, and he could easily split, although he is heading down towards underpass. So this is just looking like a standard mid-split into A, because they still have this bomb over towards ramp and the palace control in the hands of Skadoodle. So nothing too out of the ordinary here for Cloud9, but it may just be predicted. Hazed is aggressive in connector. Stewie's not going to connect, though, and he just backs off safely, but still. Potential for a kill there for Hazed. However, Koosta, I love this angle. He's very, very aggressive and nothing gets caught out. Did he not spot him there? Oh, almost a jump shot, but Skadoodle's going to land it instead. It's going to be a 3-on-3 as Stewie. He makes work in middle, takes down Hazed and connector, however, getting caught out. What? Oh, that was autimatic instead. Thought Stewie hit that shot, but regardless, good team defense there from Cloud9, and now they will be in a 2v3. But Subroza, he is going to be the player to watch out for.
Yeah, yeah, he's going to fall. Ethan has that bomb. But with 3 players pushing in that direction, it should be very, very difficult. He's just going to be hiding around the corner, finds one, tries to fall back, going to re-peek, autimatic just falls back with the bomb, and that should be the round done and dusted now as Ethan is going to struggle to get himself back into the site. You've got Skadoodle watching the angle while the bomb goes down, and while autimatic and Skadoodle both full HP, this is going to be a very difficult position to come back from, especially without a kit. And
they know exactly where he is, which is just so difficult. If you kind of had the 50-50, he's either connector or he's CT, you have that chance, but no chance from ramp. They're both going to be holding it. Automatically finishes off, and now Cloud9 going into the last round of the half with an 8-6 lead. Massive stuff so far. CLG going to be forcing things up for the last round. They got a MP9, an AWP, a FAMAS, or 2, a pistol as well on Subroza. Not the best buy indeed, but let's see if they can make it work. Cloud9, they aren't looking too bad on economy themselves.
Yeah, of course, last round they're going to be absolutely fine. Cutler going for the aggressive peek. NahtE should do some extra damage, but Stewie will survive. And, well, I really want to look at Koosta, see where he is. He's actually all the way around the back of the map on B at the moment, trying to hold that down individually. There is a push coming in at the moment from Cutler as well to try and check mid. They really are trying to challenge mid control. And while in the meantime, with such a weak buy, they're going to have to go for aggressive pushes, and that comes in the form of Ethan. He's going to be trapped underneath as well. The Molotov going down, and nothing will start things off.
Yep, nice entry onto the site, and now CLG forced out with these smokes. A bomb is going to finally make its way to the plant spot as well as CLG. They're yet to get anything from this one. They don't have any utility apart from the smoke, and that's not going to be too helpful considering it's on the wrong side of the map. Nothing. He follows up with a second as well, and now it's all going to be on these 3 remaining players. Koosta jumps right back in, though. He gets himself a kill, and now Cloud9, no utility themselves. They are going to have to take these aim battles. Skadoodle in the open, he gets caught out. Almost a refrag from Stewie, but he overpeaks and goes down. Autimatic and Shroud combine for a deadly duo, but it's all on Cutler here. He has to clutch it out, the long-standing member of CLG. Can he make it work? Pushes around the angle, spots out autimatic with a pre-fire. Going to work out massively. The shadow going to be shown, and Cloud9, they pick up a nice round on the board here, so that's going to be good stuff from them. A nice round in the bag, and very, very good going into the second half.
Yeah, a big step up as well. Autimatic just having another huge performance. Wouldn't expect anything else at this point. Been huge on the entry frag. I do think Koosta's had some moments, but a lot of his kills, other than the ones that we've seen challenging middle, were exits. As he sort of fades away, I do want to see sort of how many times he actually saved that AWP. You look at the amount of deaths, you can sort of kind of guess, but at the same time, well, it's the right decision to make, but it means that the value of the kills he was actually getting is not the most important in the world. Either way, we are now looking to see if they can take themselves the pistol, get themselves back to level pegging if they can get the follow-up rounds.
There's always potential. I'm not counting either team out right here, but the full armor buy from CLG, this is interesting. I mean, you typically go, so if you're going for maybe a fast player or a quick split in through connector, and it seems like that may be the aim of the game here, but again, with the bomb in middle,
risky.
Yeah, it points towards maybe something else here, because they obviously just want to see where their entries go as they have control over towards B and A. Koosta going to be kicking things off, but look at that tap from autimatic. It just peeks into middle, gets Cutler in the face, and the bomb going to be dropped as well. So as you said, risky, very much so. It's all in the hands of these CTs. And there's just nothing CLG can do. I think the whole point of that setup of the round was to have 2 players push up ramp, 1 player push into B apps. If they get the pick on B or A, depending, then they bring the bomb either through short or connector. But obviously, after losing so many players just straight off the bat, it's not going to work out for them. So Cloud9 going to decimate the opposition. It's all on Ethan, and with 3 players to deal with, it's not going to be too
fruitful.
Good. Fruitful. That was the word I was looking for, actually, but I couldn't think of how to say it.
Don't worry, I'm here to help.
Thank you. Moral support here, and local support.
Of course, pistol going the way of Cloud9 is not going to help CLG out anymore. We will be seeing the force buy, although koosta is only buying a flashbang. He'll be the utility man for this round, as all he has is a Glock. Skadoodle using the exact same angle we saw koosta use in the previous, as he manages to catch the tag onto hazed, but won't get the kill just yet.
Yeah, CLG heavy in towards middle. Not able to get anything, but nothing getting spotted over towards that boost position on the site. But still, CLG going to go for their own boost of this round up into the window room. Skadoodle's going to be waiting, but he has had the scout, which isn't going to be a one-hit kill against these armored players. Does a lot of damage though regardless. He's going to have support towards short. That's autimatic in there, but Cutler's not going to be able to spot him out, although still trying to take the angle regardless. And the flash going out, Cutler's going to be blinded. Nothing too dangerous though, because Cloud9 aren't going to be committing with the fight. I like how passive they're playing, with the exception of Stewie, but pushes Subroza back down to 2 HP and back.
He's always the exception.
Yeah, you know, it's fine when he does it.
Just Stewie.
Yeah, just Stewie things. There's no smoke though, so he can't push too heavily. Oh.
Ooh, hello. Nice little D coming in from Cutler. 50 seconds left on the clock, so it's not out of the question. The only problem they really have is the fact that they're very, very low on HP. Subroza pushes in and finds another one. Stewie will be there to return. koosta with the Glock, and actually it's going to be traded out. A lot of damage being done, and now things get interesting. But Skadoodle, he's looking to shut this down, and with the help of Shroud, they will close out this round a little bit closer than expected, but Cloud9 still get that 11-6 scoreline. And now we wait as CLG, well, they're not going to invest into this round. We can see koosta again. He's on 3,500. We know why. He's saving up for that AWP. And the rest of the team, well, just a few P250s, nothing too crazy, as it should be an easy cleanup for Cloud9.
Yep, fast B play is going to be intact, and Shroud and autimatic, the 2 rifled players on the team, going to be situated on this exact site. So the perfect kind of weaponry you want up against pistols. Obviously, the MP7 on Stewie is going to be able to wield a little bit more muddy, but it's not going to be an issue. The rifle's going to be better. More ammo and more capability to spray down these players. Push comes straight in. Shroud going to be ready. Peeks in. That is 2. Autimatic support. Shroud gets 3. Bit of a spray down. It's a full house. And Cloud9, they get to 12-6 on the board. So now the buy comes out. This is where things get interesting, because CLG are going to be on the AKs, and the AWP saved on koosta after he has obviously been ecoing these last couple of rounds. But Stewie's going to commit to this MP7, is he? No, goes for a scout instead. Okay.
Yeah, I think he dropped, or no, it was autimatic dropped the Naught for Skadoodle. Skadoodle had a scout, so Stewie just took the scout.
Yeah,
so
why not?
Just a little bit of juggling coming in. We will see the flash come out. Skadoodle down to 55 HP, takes some early damage. koosta is just holding the angle, and we will just see the fallback from Skadoodle. Not going to overcommit this early in the round. No real need to. Still plenty of utility over on that Cloud9 side of things, and well, koosta is just going to go for a peek over towards short as well. No real push coming in. Shroud just holding passively. And no surprise to see autimatic in his trusty window position.
This is interesting though. Cloud9 haven't put anyone on B apart from the short control in the hands of Shroud. They are just going to be completely off of it. Although he is still holding the apartment, so there isn't, you know, a complete lack of pressure. But if Subroza can get himself down those apps, or at least find himself a pick, this could be really good. This stack may be the completely wrong decision made by Cloud9. You can see Subroza is mechanically clearing out these areas, trying to make sure this site is clear. And if he does actually manage to clean it out and take down Shroud, he could easily call for a full rotation. They could hit this B site. You already can see hazed is going to be making his way up short. Smoke does go through from that window player, and autimatic actually getting the drop on hazed as well. So man advantage now in the favour of C9, but CLG, they're yet to commit to this. Subroza, he needs to push in through these apartments while Shroud is distracted towards middle, but the Molotov going through, that's going to deny him. And with 30 seconds left, CLG yet to make a way onto the site. They haven't got a single smoke as well. They're going to have to go basically going dry to this A site with no smokes. This is the worst position to be in. And Stewie, he's got the aforementioned scout here in position. Look at that. koosta just goes down, follows up with a tag as well. He even has his pistol ready to take down that last player, but the push into the A site is going to be completely thwarted.
Actually hits one on Cutler as well.
It's too late. It's just too late.
Yeah, nice cleanup in the end. And while autimatic, always very, very good in this. I said window room, I meant ladder room. Always very good there. No surprise to see him in that position, and there to support Shroud as well. Stewie with the scout, showing how it's done. And that will be 13-6 after what was a very, very good start. The same position again. They have to start pre-firing a little bit higher. I suppose if you don't, then it's one of those things. It's like, okay, this time I'll pre-fire and he'll take the low angle or it'll take somewhere else. It's always the case. It's just a little bit of bad luck. But yeah, I think we've seen that happen 4 or 5 times in this game from either side. So yeah, definitely a spot that maybe people need to be a little bit more aware of.
Yeah, Skadoodle utilising koosta's own trick there, but oh, nice stuff from Subroza. Entry kill onto B. That's going to be the 1D coming through. Autimatic defends though. He's going to hold this line. Subroza not able to retrieve the rifle off of his teammate's body, but still actually giving away on the spray. Subroza can cross towards a van here if he need be, but he's still going to go for this fight. Wants to clear out this last player. He's going to be the snake of the grass, and Autimatic, he follows up with 2. Finally the trade from koosta. He needs to grab that rifle quickly, or at least attempt to bomb plant. He will, but it's going to be nothing to push in towards it to deny it. 14 rounds to 6. And just to again pick up on the fact that at one point this was 5-1 to CLG.
Yeah.
Look at the comeback from Cloud9.
Yeah, this has been one hell of a string, let's put it that way. And well, we're now looking at the point where they can now pretty much break CLG back down. But it's a goodbye. We've got koosta on the AWP, full nades for everybody else with their AKs in hand. So no problems in that sense. Skadoodle is going to be throwing out quite a bit of utility over towards mid, but will be forced back. And because of that, we actually see an instant switch in position from autimatic. I like this. They're so very quick. Just in case they lose mid control, they have somebody else pushed in somewhere else, just ready to make sure that they're not going to lose position anywhere else. You can see the same come in from nothing. He moves in over towards connector. The second Skadoodle loses vision, both players move.
Yeah, and again, aggression from Stewie here, this time in ramp instead of Palace. There is going to be a bit of a push-up from Ethan, who has the bomb as well, which means if Stewie pushes up fully, he may be able to get this drop, but Cloud9 kind of regulated here. They're not going to be pushing up too heavily, and Stewie instead just backs off safely. So he's playing an angle where he can get a pick and back off, but he doesn't want to fully commit to it and lose out on the man advantage, especially when you're 14-6. Even with the confidence in Cloud9, they don't want to play silly. They just want to play basic CS here, and it seems to be working out wonderfully as well. So good stuff so far, but nothing going to get caught out in connector. Pushing in to the edge of the smoke, Cutler going to be able to find that entry. So now CLG, they are residing in the fact that they've got this man advantage. If they can't capitalise off of this and take the round, it's going to be game over.
There's only one man on A.
Are only 1 off 15, but hazed, he's going to drop down the mid split as well.
Good luck, Stewie. He's the only man here. Everybody else is still over towards that B side. He's got a lot of players to try and catch. Ethan very low on HP, or low enough that if he hits the headshot, but there goes that dunk. Skadoodle now rotating in, catches 1. He's in a decent position to slow this down. They don't have any nades to stop him. Going to switch over to the tech, and he's got support from Shroud, who was sprayed down 2. This leaves just hazed left, such a good position. And now 10 seconds as he has to try and get himself the bomb, plant it, and stop Shroud.
He's going to fake it out. Shroud's going to fall for the bait, though. Peeks into it. Oh, no, he gets the shot regardless. Even fights when there's no time left. He could have just straight up backed off after seeing that he wasn't committing to the bomb plant, but instead going to take the fight. And Shroud, massive round from him. 3 kills, as you can see here, the first 2, and then the final. He could have just backed off after he saw he wasn't committing, but no, confidence. That's Shroud for you. 15-6. It's going to work wonders for Cloud9 and CLG. No bomb down, meaning they can't get the AWP on koosta. They've still got a fairly decent buy here. However, can they make it work? That's the issue. They sell 2 entries in the previous round and they still miss out.
Skadoodle going to be spamming shots away. Millimeters away from finding one. He lines them up and actually catches Stewie in the back lines and lowers nothing down. Ethan will then catch him straight away. Pushes in through Palace, ready to catch one more. And they actually have full control of the A side at the moment. We do have a snake in the form of Subroza. We are actually going to see a couple of trades. Okay. Getting a little bit scary now. Yeah. Back to a 3 versus 3. They really didn't need to commit to these aggressive pushes once they already knew that they had this site. And now there's a good opportunity for Cloud9 to end this here and now.
If Cloud9 retake this site and win, and that may just be down to Subroza's timing. If he pushed 2 seconds to, later after Cloud9 rotated, he could have won this round for them. But instead, he's allowed them to put it back into a 3-on-3 with the utility pretty much expended here for CLG, which means it's going to be a lot harder to hold on to this site. And you can see Cloud9 have plenty enough here and the kit, so they're going to be pushing back in. koosta trying to find himself a quick angle. He spots out the head. Oh, autimatic goes down. hazed jumping on top of the box finds himself a second, and now it's all on Skadoodle. He just backs off, but hazed won't allow it. fight. It's CLG to pick up a 7th round. They don't allow Cloud9 to close out the map, but it's still looking very, very close. However, the eco, or no, Cloud9 won't eco from this. They're going to buy. Oh, maybe they will.
Maybe a bit of both.
Yeah, bit of
a quasi buy. Because with 1900, obviously Skadoodle a little bit further down on cash because of the AUT buy that he has to make. And, well, if they just save into this round extra 1900, autimatic going to be spamming. We are going to see the Molotov dropped into connector. But not really anything crazy just yet, other than Skadoodle. This is quite a bit of aggression, a lot of information found. If Stewie does the same, they will know that it's not heading in this direction just yet, but I like the position currently being held by Ethan. Just making sure that if they do go aggressive, he can just end their lives.
Look at the rotation, though. Instantly, as Skadoodle pushed up, we saw Stewie rotate with autimatic as well. That being said, now autimatic is now pushing himself back in. Sorry, Stewie and nothing. Now, that being said, nothing's pushed himself back into middle, but not too sure why he'd do that. Koosta going to be able to take him down. However, Stewie is also forcing himself back into this middle area as a push maybe later on in the round, but nice angle for Cutler. He may be able to catch out the head. Stewie unable to get the drop on him, though. Has to back off. Another man advantage still residing in CLG. Cloud9 haven't been able to trade things back out in their favour, but obviously we've seen them lose rounds with 2 entries. However, this is a pistol one, so you'd like to think that CLG wouldn't miss out on this round, but as I say that, Shroud, okay.
Yeah, he's going to get himself one. 40 seconds left on the clock, but the second they push through connector, it should be a realization. Shroud, he's still going to get another one. This is starting to get scary once again. Positional play not bad from Stewie. Going to look to try and catch someone out. He's doing a lot of damage over onto the life of Cutler, and this leaves it back. Still on a 3v3. They're going to utilize some utility and throw it into that CT position. Autimatic going for the peak. He is going to get another one. It's back to a 2 versus 2. Both players coming in from this CT position. Ethan, well, he's got his teammate to help him out.
Not like this, Tom. At least for the side of CLG, there isn't a lot of time left for Stewie to clutch this one out, but he does have 13 HP in a dream. He's going to eventually be dropped by Ethan, but scary stuff. A 3v5 turned into a 2v2 there. Nice work from Cloud9, especially from Shroud with the running digs. Look at this one. Boom. He didn't even counter-strafe with that. Or did he? Did I miss it? Didn't look like it.
It didn't even look like he was aiming at him.
No, that's a deagle for you, though. I mean, if you're running, that's the RNG you have to expect. Massive stuff, though. Either way, Cloud9, they are still going to be going for this buy. CLG, 8 rounds in. They've got to get 7 more to bring this to OT, and that's going to be a difficult feat up against all these buys. But let's see how it goes. We have a bit of aggression towards middle. Hayes going to kick the round with a good start, but nothing able to trade there. Drops out into middle. What are you doing? He doesn't check the close angle, and Cutler from behind going to be able to pincer onto him. It's a 3v4 now. CLG favoured, and Ethan splitting out onto this A site. Nice timing from him and Koosta. They're going to be able to get very, very deep. Skadoodle will hear the footsteps, but there's nothing he can do. He is alone on this one with no utility to flash himself back into the site. Shroud is too far away with his only flash. The CLG, they're yet to take control of the default plant spot, but they are still pushed up on A.
It's not a bad position, and actually Stewie looking to try and hold off this flank. It will be one, and actually Shroud's got another in the meantime. Now we look towards Skadoodle, gonna catch off the bomb, and this leaves it all down to Ethan in a 1 versus 2. Cloud9 bringing things back, but Ethan still with a good opportunity. He's going to fake plumb, but Skadoodle is there to end it. He buys his time, he finds 2 kills, and that will be the map done and dusted. But of course, we do have another Mirage coming up, so it's not done yet. Maybe we can see a little bit of a trade of maps. I do think CLG, they had a very good start. That's what's a little bit frustrating about the scoreline. I think the fact that you see, okay, 16-8, maybe they were picking rounds here and there. No, it was literally beginning, they were 5-1 up. Then from there onwards, they only managed to get 3 rounds. That's not particularly good. Of course, we can have a little bit of a frag movie in the form of autimatic. Definitely the star of the show, especially on that T side. Very, very well done from him.
Yeah, great stuff indeed. Obviously, the kind of newest arrival to the Cloud9 roster, and he has been definitely pulling his weight, in fact. So we see a lot of good performances from him so far. And much will he continue? I love that one. Spray through the wall. He just spots.
Well, this is just a great round from him overall because he brings it back from the depths, and then in the next round as well, just goes on to clean up some of the eco frags. So yeah, standout performance from him. It's sort of what we've come to expect from someone who sort of hasn't been, well, he's been around it a bit, obviously in TSM, but never had this sort of impact and has just exploded since joining Cloud9. Either way, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw more of the same going into the next one. Stewie was a little bit quiet, but then again, if you have another player going off, it doesn't particularly matter.
No, not at all. And yeah, he is just a great all-round player as well. Good with pistols, which is always interesting. But Cloud9 really full of hard hitters at the moment. Shroud's kind of out of his slump that he was in maybe about a few months ago to an extent. Obviously, as you mentioned, Stewie, autimatic, all big names. Skadoodle's kind of been on fire a little bit with the AWP recently. Nothing has just been consistent as ever.
Well, that's the thing with nothing. Like, it used to be the sort of thing where if he had an explosive play, they would win. Now he doesn't need to, and that's like if he does, then they're just an unstoppable team. We saw them win a tournament, which wasn't something we really expected to see. But like, if you went back 6 months and said, okay, we're going to see an NA team win Pro League, I think people would have called you insane. So the fact that they have stepped up massively, and while they've taken down CLG in the first iteration of Mirage, we'll be back after the break to see if they can do it in the second.